We've reviewed a ton of soundbars throughout the years here at Audio Advice. And while soundbars are a great option for people with limited space, they don't get you that incredibly immersive home theater sound that so many people are after. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some really incredible Dolby Atmos soundbars with subwoofers and satellite speakers that sound fantastic. And in fact, I'll leave a link below to a video we did on our favorite ones. But Sony has set out to change the game for someone with limited space and wants an easy all-in-one surround sound alternative that offers more than most soundbars can deliver. Enter the Sony BRAVIA Theater Quad. This new speaker system is a direct update to their extremely popular HT-A9 home theater system, which we were pretty impressed with when we first reviewed it. While we didn't mind the white cylindrical speaker shapes, they did stand out a bit and didn't always blend in with every single decor. The new Sony BRAVIA Theater Quad has updated its wireless connection technology, changed the speaker shape and color, and made many more updates that will have you questioning if you really need those big bulky speakers in your room to get that cinema-like experience right at your home. The Bravia Theater Quad includes 4 3-way speakers, a 3 3/8 woofer, a 2 3/8 mid-range driver, a 3/4 inch tweeter all facing forward, and an upward firing 3 1/8 Atmos driver on the top. These speakers all combine for a total of 504 watts, which is quite impressive considering that they're approximately about 12 inches tall, 11 inches wide, and 2 inches deep. Now this new rectangular shape that they take on is much more streamlined, and instead of the metal grille on the original HT-A9, the Bravia Quad speakers are wrapped in a beautiful gray fabric. This overall design update allows the speakers to blend in with your environment even more, and can even be placed on a credenza, on speaker stands, or wall mounted with the included wall mounts to be entirely out of the way. Now, similar to the HT-A9, this system does not come with a subwoofer, but you can connect a Sony SA-SW3 or SA-SW5 wireless sub, which you should most definitely have in your budget, but we'll touch more on that topic in a little bit. Also included is the control box, which supports 8K HDR, 4K 120, Dolby Vision, 360 reality audio, and high-res audio. It even supports VRR, ALLM, and SBTM for gaming when you're using a PS5. You'll also be able to connect wirelessly with Spotify Connect, Apple AirPlay, and Bluetooth. The box connects up to your TV via HDMI eARC or ARC only. There's no optical or 3.5mm input, so you must ensure your TV supports HDMI eARC or ARC before you get into this system. Now, if you are using an Apple TV like we did in our testing, you can plug that or any other source component directly into the HDMI in on the back of the control box. You also get an Ethernet port on the back and the S-Center out port if you wish to use the Acoustic Center Sync feature with a compatible Sony TV as your center channel. However, we got similar results as the original HT-A9 when we tested our Sony TV as the center channel, and we probably wouldn't recommend using this feature for most people. The system itself creates a really incredible phantom center channel, and we feel that the TV speakers just aren't quite up to par with the rest of this system. However, we have not tried them yet with any of the new Bravia TVs that were just released that have some updated speakers inside, so if you are interested in hearing our thoughts on that, let us know in the comments below, and we'll do our best to do more testing on that in the future. Sony has made the setup for this Bravia Theater Quad system super easy that anyone can do it. Each speaker is marked as front left or right or rear left or right, so you know exactly where to place them. We were also happy to see that they've included a longer, almost 10-foot power cable for each speaker. Now, once you plug in the control box and each speaker into an outlet, they will automatically connect and go into the setup mode. The updated Bravia Connect app walks you through the setup process to ensure everything is in working order and that each speaker is connected and in the right location in your room. Now, since we are talking about the speakers connecting to the control box, many people in the comments of our original HT-A9 video have told us about the connectivity issues that some have been experiencing. Well, for this system, Sony has enhanced the radio output power by 2.5 times and included a new dual switchable antenna and frequency hopping system to ensure a stable connection between the control box and all of the speakers. Now, during our extensive testing, we did not experience a single interruption in connection, and we don't expect this to be an issue at all as the system does all the switching automatically to find the best frequency in your room. So we were really happy to see Sony address that issue, and this should be good to go with zero connectivity issues. One of our favorite features of the HT HT-A9 was the ability to place the 4 speakers pretty much anywhere in your room without having to worry about each speaker being in the exact perfect location. Not everyone can put their speakers in the most ideal location, so having that flexibility can be pretty attractive. This is where Sony's sound field optimization tech comes in. When we reviewed Sony's latest home theater receivers, we just loved how well they were able to map out a room and deliver an immersive experience. Sony's engineers have made it so that it doesn't matter what your room looks like or your room's acoustic characteristics are. Heck, it doesn't really even matter where you place your speakers. During the setup in the app, the system will play a series of test tones and use your phone microphone to listen and calibrate the system based on your speaker's position, your room acoustics, and your listening position. Once done, you can even toggle the sound field optimization profile on and off in real time and hear how much of a difference that calibration makes in your room. And let us tell you, it is just astounding just how much better this system sounds after you run through the calibration. Now, after you've gone through the entire setup in your app, you will get control of some pretty useful features. You can turn on and off the night mode, which lowers the bass in your system as to not disturb your partner or neighbors late at night, and you can also turn the sound field calibration on or off and enable or disable the voice mode. Now, the voice mode is Sony's new Voice Zoom 3 technology that actively recognizes human voices and then amplifies or reduces their volume so that even the quietest dialogue is super loud and clear. Now, we are big fans of this feature for shows or movies that aren't always mixed the very best and can be difficult to hear the vocals super easily. Now, in the app, you can also adjust the volume of your system or the rear speaker volume if you want to boost those surround sound effects. You can also adjust the bass from low, mid, or high. You can even experiment with the sound field setting and change it from 360 spatial sound mapping to Dolby Virtualizer or DTS Neural X. And you can also adjust if you want the height effects to be higher or lower based on your seating position. Now, for our testing, we kept it on the 360 spatial mapping and the height effects at the default position as we felt those worked the best for us, but you should feel free to experiment to see what you like the best in your room. Additionally, if you do have a newer Sony TV, you can even control the sound settings with your Bravia TV remote in the quick settings menu, so you don't even need to get out the app or the dedicated remote that comes with this to make changes on the fly. Alright, so we set up the Sony BRAVIA Theater Quad in an open concept living room and one of our testing labs. We experimented with speaker placement and tried a few locations to see how good the calibration really was. Each time it sounded just as good no matter where we ended up placing these speakers. High, low, left, right. It really did an amazing job calibrating and making it sound phenomenal. This is just a testament to just how good Sony's sound field mapping truly is. So there's no need to completely remodel your entire room just for these speakers. Simply place them where they work best for you and then let the calibration do the rest. Of course, if you can get them equidistant from each other and at the same height, go for it. But if you really can't, don't stress it. When we first reviewed the HT-A9, we recommended adding a subwoofer to the system for the best audio quality. I wish I could say that the new Bravia Theater Quad just didn't need one, but it most certainly does. We really wish Sony had included this in with the system as it greatly improves the overall sound. Luckily, you can add an SASW3, which is super easy and takes the sound to an entirely new level. I also wish I could say that you could pair up 2 subwoofers to the system, but for now, one will get the job done. Hopefully in the future Sony could update this and it would be amazing to have 2 Sony wireless subwoofers on this system, which would just make it phenomenal. Speaking of the subwoofer, it will be important to get that sub in the most optimal location of your room to get the best results. To do this, we recommend you watch our video on where to place your subwoofer, which I'll link below. We tested a few movies with the Bravia Theater Quad, such as 6 Underground and The Atom Project. These are some great movies to really put to test just how immersive your setup can be. The intro race scene in 6 Underground is fast-paced with different sound effects swirling all around you. Now, with the right system, you are completely transported into this movie and feel like you're right in the middle of all of this action. Now, the Theater Quad system paired up with the SASW3 subwoofer made us completely forget just how small these speakers truly are. Sony's 360 sound mapping is so powerful that it's able to completely envelop you in a bubble of sound. It honestly feels like there are more than just 4 speakers in the room with you. We were also really impressed with just how good that Phantom center speaker was when it came to the vocals. Now, when it comes to watching movies, the center channel is extremely important as it usually plays most of the characters' voices. Now, even without a dedicated center channel speaker, vocals floated right in the middle and felt like they were coming directly from the actor on the screen. We were really impressed with how well the HT-A9 was able to do this, and the Bravia Theater Quad has followed suit, making sure that vocals are crystal clear and in the dead center. Now, of course, like I mentioned before, one of the big reasons that a lot of people will like this system is they can put the speakers where they need to and not have them in the perfect locations. However, in our testing, we did get the very best results when we had each speaker at about ear height and equidistant from each other. And of course, if you want the best Phantom center, you should try to spread them out from your TV a little bit rather than having the fronts really close to your TV. This will give you a better Phantom center image from our testing. Now, we also experimented with the Voice Zoom 3 feature and found that if you are having trouble hearing voices in a movie, it works really well to boost them and make them even clearer. So if you are having trouble, feel free to experiment with that option as well. We also tested a few songs from multiple different genres. Again, the Bravia Theater Quad was just a joy to listen to music to when using the subwoofer. Without the sub, the low end was lacking quite a bit and wasn't super enjoyable to listen to some songs. Even songs that weren't in Dolby Atmos were upmixed really well and sounded fantastic with the sub attached. Sony does a great job of not overdoing the upmixing, and the rear speakers just fill in the gaps in the music and make it a really fun experience. Songs like Señorita by Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello in Dolby Atmos on Apple Music were really fun to listen to on this system. Vocals go from in front of you to behind you and then blend throughout the system, and it's really a great way to feel the sound all around you in the room. Overall, we really just enjoyed music on this system as long as you have that subwoofer attached. I was thoroughly impressed with the sound from this system. Now, will it beat some of the speakers that we have in our lab as a reference system? No, definitely not. That is a much more expensive setup that we have there. However, you have to run speaker wires and have an AVR and a lot more steps in the process to get it going. So this really isn't in competition with that type of setup. However, for an all-in-one, all-in-box home theater system, or even a soundbar with satellite speakers in this price range, I do think that the Sony BRAVIA Theater Quad is at the top of its class in that competition range. So the question is this system for you? Well, we see many use cases for a system like the Bravia Theater Quad. If you are space constrained, want a system that completely disappears in your room, and want sound that is better than just about any soundbar at this price point, then this system might just be for you. Add a subwoofer to the system and it will give you a really solid home theater experience for movies and be an awesome way to enjoy some music. Will it beat an AVR with box speakers and dedicated Atmos speakers? Probably not, but it comes remarkably close, which is extremely impressive. Now, I know some people might dismiss this system as a gimmick or think it's not powerful enough for a great home theater experience. However, I would encourage you to just give it a listen if you can before making a judgment. Well, like we said, it might not be for everybody. Sony has crafted an outstanding product for those that it suits. It's exciting to see Sony and the home theater industry continue to innovate, providing more people the opportunity to enjoy music and movies with enhanced sound quality at home with their friends and family. Now, if you are still unsure if this Bravia Theater Quad is right for you or have more questions about it, call or chat with our team of experts at audioadvice.com. Also, if you're planning a home theater or media room setup, you have to check out our Home Theater Central on our website with everything that you need to get started, including our free home theater design tool. Plus, when you purchase from Audio Advice, you get free shipping, lifetime expert support, and a price guarantee. I'll be down in the comments and would love to hear from you about what you think about this system and about the future of home theater in general. Now, also, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up to help support us, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notifications so you never miss out on any of our latest content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.